Well, at least I got the bone, so can't be too upset. Yeah. Ah, there it is. Cool. I thought I got rid of that. There's different bugs and stuff. That's the sounds. This mic picks them up surprisingly well. But this isn't a live. I was making a quick 5-minute video. I just like doing it this way as opposed to the other way because I don't do edits. But I am here. Hold on, I gotta switch this up. But I find myself towards the guiding light, not that one. Although that light lights this area. But La Luna's up there. It's a nice full moon, so gotta do what one's gotta do with what they got. Hey Caitlin, how you doing, lady? You all right? Nah, I said I stepped outside. Everything's louder than usual outside, as you can hear. It never ceases to trip me out, like ever. I ain't used to all the sounds. City boy. I'm from that concrete jungle, and sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. These quarters, they always try to take me under, but I used to love that song. Ah, Inside's free. Yeah, nah, I feel that. Nah, I'm just kicking it. I always want to thank you because you always show up. Even if I'm going to be here for a couple minutes, you always show up, chill out. I appreciate that. I know it's hard for reclusive people such as ourselves. Like for me, it's always hard to like stay on here and stay on point and talk to folks, or to shut up, whichever one. I'm quite loquacious. Ah, your mom and your sister. Ah, that's weird because when I was little, she hated it cold. I love the cold. I can put on more clothes. I can't take off everything because eventually you're just naked and being burnt up. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's just me, I guess. Yeah, I'm just outside. It's weird. It's like a Friday night. Well, it's Saturday morning for some of y'all. Saturday afternoon for some of the people that watch this. If they do. But for me, it ain't like that. Right now it's Friday night. Everybody getting their party on. Yeah, it's just weird to be designated to that. Like, where I'm from, there be concerts and parties all the time, and it'd be weird. Hey, Bud Files, how you doing? Until the fox comes by you. Ah, well, I would say maybe he wants to be friends, but it's still a wild animal. So, be cautious. Ain't nothing wrong with fear. Fear keeps you alert. As long as you don't let the fear overtake you. Fear should keep you aware of your surroundings. Not what is it? Not fear, but a heightened sense of things. I think that's what they call it. I'm not quite sure. I'm not that articulate. I was thinking about like I haven't done an announcement video in forever. I used to do these shorts every time I reached a certain amount of viewers, but I always made sure that the number was odd. I try not to have like a straight number because I would always be like, "What the absolute?" And then I throw in a cartoon or like you know an old cartoon reference, basically instead of cursing. Because I'd be surprised that many people are listening to me when I told them that I don't know squat. Yeah, oh, they do. Nah, out here they kind of do, but they also hide in their spots because of the industrialization. It ain't as heavy. I mean, it's weird. It's a mix of the country, and yet it's not. But I am in the country. That's why I live in front of a forest or the woods. Was it? Life's scary enough. All this wildlife. But yeah, right here, where this is gated off, this gate wasn't here like not even a good 2 weeks ago. That wasn't gravelled or nothing. It was all trees and stuff, and then it was empty lot. When I first got here, there was actually a gazebo back there, but then it got so windy that the gazebo blew over, got demolished. They took that out. Plus, they needed to expand on the company right here. Got a treadmill inside there? Huh? That's weird. But anyways, well, they're people. People are way scarier. Animals, you can predict their behavior. They're either going to attack you or they're not going to attack you. With people, they'll come in with smiles. They'll love you, poison your food, all that good stuff. But nah, that ain't true either. I think people are, like Anne Frank said, they're pretty good at heart. Yeah, the heads just got to catch up. Heart and mind are always at war. We're not wild animals. We're the wildest of animals because we got capability. That's the worst thing to have, especially when you don't have a particular goal, or if you do have a goal, it's messed up. With that being said, though, I should have a goal for this channel, but I don't know. I just like randomly chatting about Jack. This ain't. I ain't even put the bus stop sign up because no plans. Just listening to these night sounds and going crazy. Mm. Yeah, I gotta say, I love a good vibing. Yeah, I love vibing, chilling, relaxing, just kicking it. There's plenty of places where you can go and see interesting stuff. I try to get away from all the hustle and bustle for a moment. Just be my crazy old self. Remember how it was hot earlier today? It cooled down a lot, so that's good. Like I feel better. Not as bad as it was. It was crazy. Hmm. I like the way the moon looks in that shot. Like it looks way better that way. Yeah, it do. Well, I'm out here. Kind of. I mean, I'm really just out here. About to go back in. I just came out to chill for a minute. There ain't no schedule to this program because I don't like programming people. You're not automatons. And obviously, if you see all the videos I make, I get a dang about views. Because either which way, I'm going to keep making them. This helps me in a way that I can't understand or explain. Glad you're outside. So I'm assuming you're on your mobile phone. That's good. I do it all from the mobile too. No freestyle tonight. Just chilling. Because honestly, I don't have nothing to say up out of my head. No thoughts to be treaded. Nothing to be said that it could be deaded. Making some sense. But then again, I feel indebted to make any kind of thing that'll make a person feel like they get headed into another space, out of space. I don't know where they're supposed to flow, but I go where I'm supposed to go and never know where I'm supposed to roll. I could be rapping about pill popping, money, and chicks, but honestly, that stuff don't make sense to me, and it kind of makes me sick. Because an introvert, a hermit, is how I've always wanted to live inside the cave, like Kane from Kung Fu when I did my thing. And I ain't talking about that old movie with David Carradine. I meant the old TV show before the legend continued. You know, that's how old I am, man. I go back quite a bit of a ways. I don't really worry about nobody else's haze, and I'm quite amazed that you think that I'm gonna say something that'll make you trip, make you flip, make you want to dance up and shake your dirty hips. Nah, I don't got no freestyles today. I don't really got no rap, no rhyme inside my head, and that's okay. Sometimes I just thrill for the chill and a little bit of a vibe. And I apologize that I had no freestyle with no hot lines. In other words, no bars of any kind, nothing out of my head, no kind of rhymes. And I apologize because honestly, it's hypocrisy because I just said I wouldn't do a style, but I just did a style for free. But then again, I don't charge nobody for all of that. I just talk a lot of crap. Half of that time it could be capped. But that's how I am inside of my head. And it's not Roger Troutman's app. I'm just saying what I got to say at the end of the day. Freestyle rap. There you go. I just made that up for you. My style's always free. I ain't no famous rapper. I do what I love. If you love it, it don't matter. Like Schoolie D. Shout! Boogie wuggy wuggy! Yeah, Caitlin, that was for you because you asked me to freestyle for you. So, you know, even though I just told you, I just get a freestyle about how I don't bother to freestyle and I got no rhymes or bars for you. That actually reminds me of one of my favorite quotes of all time. I'm gonna have to use that quote on my next quote battle vid, which will be coming pretty much when I feel like it. All right, y'all know Lily Allen. The outbursts? No, that's because blame that one on Sunfish. He the one that came up in here quoting ICP. So that's not my fault. I swear. Yeah, apologize to Caitlin, man. Scared her. You made me scare her. And you know I don't like scaring people that be coming over here showing me genuine love. Yep. I'm gonna blame it on the sunfish. But not too hard though. That's my dude. Although I will be coming to Texas and one of them chickens gonna turn up missing messing with me. And maybe even duckling, because I might feel like some duckling duck a l'orange. Nah, I won't do that. I've been on camera way too long. Yeah, yeah, that's your fault, sunfish. That's why I highlighted you. It's you. El terrible. That'd be different. He would have came in, blame it on the boogie. Don't. You gotta blame it on the boogie. Da-da-dum, boom, boom. And then he came in with that phone and told you what you gotta do. What's that? Everything gets kind of terrifying for you. Just blame it on the boogie. And then you throw in some da-da-da-dum, don't, ba-da-da-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom. But he didn't do that. Oh, they doing the eggs? Nice. Did it, I gotta know, do they actually make the brown eggs? Oh, you ain't got the ducks no more? Nah, I wasn't aware, so that's on me. That's my fault. I guess it's wishful thinking. Honestly, y'all are all bad influences on me when I'm on this camera. You just had me singing Blame It on the Boogie. That's a stupid song I made up a long time ago. Just like I wanted to write a whole Dr. Seuss style album called The Seussical Musical because of my big love for Ted Geisel. I don't care what people got to say about a dude who died when I was like 6 or 7 years old. That broke my heart. Jim Henson and Dr. Seuss. And then, it's like, those are my guys. Those were my guys as a kid. The Blame It on the Boogie? No. I literally made that up. I've always heard Blame It on the Boogie, like the term, but the lyrics were all my own. But there's many of the boogies. I mean, there's Up Jumps the Boogie, the rhythm of the boogie to beat. There's Blame It on the Boogie, Blame It on the Funk, all that good stuff. Usually they play it make no sense, and you got on the Astro suit. You dress like a spaceman with a big afro, and you're like, down, 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 down. Mostly George Clinton style. Hey, I believe you. I didn't. Like I said, I've heard that term many a time. Everybody said it. The slang itself is its own. Like the slang has always been around for Blame It on the Boogie. That's what I meant. Like the term itself has always been a thing. Heck, you could even market that to my boy George Clinton. And I did look it up. Don't worry, I did. That reminds me of that time when I was a kid. My mom said I used to always say this OEO like from Wizard of Oz, but then I say something stupid like I'm that type of guy. I was like 3 or 4 years old, and then LL Cool J made that song I'm that type of guy. So it's just hilarious. You'd be surprised the stuff that goes through just osmosis, which lets me know what I've always felt, that we're all one consciousness. But everybody has this thing where they need to be separate from one another. And I'm like, why you want to do that? We all suck. Let's suck together. And no, I'm not saying pause. I feel like pause is like literally the most weird thing you can honestly do. I think just say the thing. Get clown for it. You say pause, that just sounds like you were setting up for that. And that's the issue that has always got. Right. Nah, like I said. But I meant to say was, honestly, didn't make the song. I used to always hear that, so I made my own little tune to it. Because when I was younger, I would hear like all these different, you hear songs, but what I would always do is make up my own lyrics for all of them. A, because I wasn't allowed to curse when I was a kid, at least in front of my parents. So it'd be hard to do like NWA songs. We used to do a lot of Easy E. Sorry about that. I had to pause for a minute because I was talking to the fam bam. But yeah, I need to get my hands on. I'm gonna get my hands on a computer so I can start doing these reactions. I really wanted to react to that Kendrick show. That was a 4-hour blast. Yeah. Oh yeah, these are crickets. They're all kinds of animals, man. There are all kinds of animals out here. Oh, you got crickets out there. Yeah, yeah. Man, I wasn't even supposed to be on here before. Well, I guess at internet time, I do technically only be on there collectively for about 5 minutes in perspective because most people be on here for like 3, 4 hours, right? And I barely ever do an hour, and that's such a rarity. I might do like a half an hour. So I guess we can call this the show. So I guess it is true when I say welcome to the bus stop because you're chilling. Your average wait for about a bus could be like what, half hour to an hour? Depends on where you're at, really. Like in Vegas, if you miss the bus, you have to wait an hour. Me, I just walk it. But point I'm making is that, so I guess I do it that way. I know, right? It was fun. I like that he had Tommy the Clown show up. Like Tommy the Clown, that's a Cali legend. A lot of people was like, "Who's that?" And they making all these jokes, and I'm like, "Dude, that dude's done most for the community of LA. You wouldn't believe." Founding clown dancing and helping out the crump dancers, having battle zones. Just trying to keep the kids off the streets and doing something positive with their life. So for them not to, so for people that was watching on the internet, I was watching reaction videos. For people not to know who Tommy the Clown was just like, all right, cool that you don't know. There's a great movie about him called Rise, about the rise of Trump dancing and whatnot. But that just goes to show, like, with hip hop and wrestling, I don't know necessarily with wrestling, but especially like rap music nowadays, nobody likes to listen to their founding fathers. Nobody likes to remember the older people. And since the older people don't get remembered, maybe that's why they crap on the younger people. And it's like this constant continuing cycle. But you gotta show respect for the people that paid away. Wasn't for Tommy the Clown, that dance style wouldn't be a worldwide phenomenon. People still trying to learn it. Yeah. Fun story about Rise. Well, not fun for me. It was just weird. But, I was born in South Central. Honestly. I lived out there and all that, had my family. Anyways, a couple of my cousins, they were part of the crew that helped found that. But they chose the streets instead. But, they were part of that. They were part of the ground for that. I remember when no one had ever seen that style. He brought it out to Vegas with him and stuff. And we was at a, kids club back when this theater used to do like kids night. And he was killing it. And then, that movie came out and he's like, man, he knew all of them cats, all of everybody in that movie, like all the founders. And, but he chose the street life. It's amazing how things look. Oh, yeah. I just loved all the culture of it. Like, everybody's like, oh, why do all these guys sound the same? I'm like, that's called regional sound. I hate saying back in my day, when I was growing up, you knew the style of music you were hearing. Like, oh, that's West Coast style. Oh, okay, that's that Bay Area, which is, still West Coast. So you'd be like, that's East Coast, that's New York, that's Philly style. You'd be like, that's down south, that's Atlanta, that's in Houston, that's Miami. Like, you knew specifically how the sounds were. Not just the rappers, but each location had their own swag to it before it got all amalgamated. And it's great to integrate it all, but like, I like Chicago drill because, Chicago's one of my homes, but I remember like when I was growing up, Chicago had its own distinct sound too. Like, people forget about the Brat and Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, Twista. Like Detroit had the Dayton Family, Esham, Awesome Dre, even ICP and stuff. Like, the point is, like, MC Breed. People forget about MC Breed. MC Breed was a legend from the Midwest. He's like one of the first Midwest rappers to really blow up or to pop off. Like, he even got that song he did with Pac. That song goes hard. I love good music too. I don't want it to all sound the same. I like knowing, oh, this is clearly from here, this from there. But it doesn't have to have the same like cadences. And who said you had to sing? Like, there used to be, you had your rapper, you needed somebody to sing, they'd come on the track and sing it for you. You really didn't sing yourself. Now it's like become a thing where you have to sing. But half the time, nobody really listens to their songs. Everybody just vibes to the beat. But that's just a change, That don't mean it's bad. I just want everybody to acknowledge all of that. Heck, you're talking to a guy who listens to K-pop. I was listening to that in the 90s. Because I used to live by K-Town out in Vegas. And K-Town, go to the stores there. They'd have like specific tapes and CDs, that came from overseas, video games and stuff. So that's how I learned about it. So I was into it. The only reason I didn't like mainstream American pop music is because I'm an American, so you don't want to hear it. I like to hear from other places. I want to hear what they vibing to. But at the end of the day, it's all beautiful. So you're gonna watch Rise again? I saw that. Rise is good. Oh, Itzy, I know who they are. They're on uh they're part of one of the, well, it used to be the big three labels. Yeah, I know who Itzy is. It's ITZY if I remember correctly. But like I was listening to the like, way before like even like J-pop. Like I would listen to J-pop. I listen to whatever I can get my hands on just from traveling around because I had friends from everywhere. So I've always had an ear for different places. Like I've heard like Eastern European rap, like out of Bulgaria, and that stuff went hard. I may not have understood what they were saying, but I caught the vibe, and it made me want to learn what they were saying. Heck, one of my favorite metal groups is X Japan. They've been around forever though. And this group called, I always get their name wrong. I think it's Moi des Moi or Moi de Moi. I don't know. It's MOIDSMOI, but I don't know the proper pronunciation of it. Oh yeah, they got some good Aussie rap. Like out of Australia, the one I knew of was Fig Kid. The song I only know that because of this song you did with a guy named Tech Nine. That I gotta know. That song was banging. And there's a lot of good UK rap. Oh crap! I've been on here that long. Well, people, y'all know I keep these in increments of 30s to an hour, and I already did my freestyle for the day. I did two of them. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm gonna wish you all well. Want everybody to have a lovely evening or day, wherever you're located. Okay, and go check out some stuff. Cause I ain't no content creator. I'm just a guy that talks too much. Much love and peace out. Always good to see you, Caitlin.